Guys, how you doing, Cary?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. So you're sort of standing there in the Jamaican sun behind the monitor of a James Bond film. You've got Daniel Craig in a tuxedo nearby, and Anna and Leia and Lashana and Rami all kind of hanging around. In those moments, did you sort of think to yourself, "Wow, this is incredible. This is a fantastic experience," or do those thoughts and those kind of realizations kind of come a little later?
No, you definitely have them in the moment, and then like other thoughts come crashing in, like you have this much time to get this shot done, or you have an effect shot coming up, which you know is going to take up 2 hours of your time. So you're trying to get the drama done before you move into those special effects beats, or you're thinking about parts of the script that haven't been finished yet that you're working on between setups. Like I remember in Jamaica being on my laptop just trying to work on stuff between takes and setups, just constantly filling up time with other responsibilities. So I wouldn't say there was much in the way of like paralyzing stress as much as there was just a lot of work to get done.
Yeah. Whenever I see like a movie, let's say at a film festival, and it's not released for 6 months, I've got this kind of horrible 6 months where I'm just desperate for everyone around me to see it because I want to talk about it with everyone. How has it been for you waiting for this film to come out? I guess you made it. You must have been so pumped. And then there was obviously a delay and then another delay. Yeah, how has it been kind of navigating your way around that and just that anticipation of waiting to share this and show it off to fans and friends and family?
I think I've benefited from people, I think, honoring and appreciating the secrecy of the project. So no one's ever tried to ask me what the story's about. And maybe that's also because they want to be able to experience it for themselves when they finally get to see it in the cinema. But I've actually been able to put it out of my mind a lot. And part of that's been due to working on the projects. I've been shooting a series for the last 8 months. I was writing a lot during lockdown and doing a commercial campaign. So, I was fairly busy on to other things. And I think from my experiences on other films, you've seen the film, you've experienced the film so much and so intensely, and especially on Bond in that compressed period of time. I think we had a 16-week post schedule. Worked through the holidays, worked through the weekends, and then by the time you're done, you've seen the movie so many times. There's a part of you that just kind of like wants to forget it about it so you can experience it anew.
Yeah. So you were never tempted in that time period just to go back and tweak one scene or anything?
Well, we weren't allowed to. It was put away. Or like pencils down. You can't touch anything. I mean, we were done with the cut, we're done with the score, we're done with picture, we're done with everything.
Yeah. No, but my final question.
I think we're happy with it too. So there was no I didn't really feel like the need to go back. So it felt okay.
Yeah. But my final question just about Daniel Craig and the kind of legacy he leaves behind as Bond. You've had the pleasure of directing him in his final outing as 007. I mean, not only has he been a fantastic Bond, but we saw that clip released just last week where he was kind of getting quite teary, thanking all the cast and crew, which is something we shouldn't take for granted. I mean, a lot of actors don't do that, and he seems a very humble, fantastic leading man for the whole project. How was your experience shooting with him, and how much will he be missed as 007?
I think he'll be enormously missed. I mean, I think you can't underestimate or you can't really overestimate the influence he has on the crew. And when he showed up, when we were in prep, and how the energy changed in the offices and on the stages as he started coming around, and people, I think, generally see him as Bond. He's Daniel Craig, the guy, but he's a different guy when he's there on Pinewood or on location, prepped for this role. I remember that day, the last day of shooting, very well, because even I was surprised by the emotionality of the experience. And I think part of it was due to how hard we had all worked to get this film done. And you never really expect how quickly the end of a shooting a long shoot arrives, but when it does hit and you realize this group who is together, this one group, will never be together again, it's a very powerful experience.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck with the release of the film.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey